right? With the real Hebrew Israelites coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, strong shalom to the hopeful elect scattered abroad, man. We just going into different things, and we was talking and just fellowshipping, and I think it was my son. Well, he was crying, and we noticed that he had like a stronger cry. You know what I'm saying? Like than you're used to hearing. And it just made we started talking, man. You know how Jake be, man. And the truth, we started talking about the scriptures, of course. The point we noticed was that the cry that he had, man, we noticed that it was similar to the cry of Israel, you know, and especially the ones that's laboring, all right, that we have, and that the Father hears, man, and because he hears our cries. And we started to conversate and started thinking about, you know, because what it is we're married unto the Father, man. You know, we belong to him, and he belongs to us. So that means that we're someone else's possession, all right? And what we're under right now, what's going on, Esau's trying to take hold onto another man's possession. And the scriptures is against that, you know? So our cries actually, it vexes Yahweh Shah in the sense of the state that we're in. Okay, the condition that we're in, it vexes him to see us in such a low position. You know, you got it.
I'm gonna read that example dealing with. Well, let me read this one and knock it out. This is Psalms 34. You break down verse 6. This poor man cried, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushua heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. You know. And that poor man represents the nation of Israel, you know. And like the brother said, the nation of Israel is likened unto a comely and delicate woman when you read Jeremiah the 6th chapter in the 1st verse, you know. So, and it's dealing with the Israelite man, you know, first and foremost, because that's what Heavenly Father is dealing with. That's what Heavenly Father has crying out, like the brother said, through these teachings, through this preaching, you know. And it's a stronger cry, you know. It's a louder cry. You know, this cry makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
This cry is the cry of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Oh, Matthew 22, there was a cry made. At midnight, there was a cry made. You know, because of the oppressor. So that's what we're going to get into, Lord willing. I'm going to read this real quick. Ezekiel 9, verse 4. And Yahweh Shemel Shai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Yeah, and hey, that's beautiful because the Lord is telling us here that it's what you really, when you go into it, they're being marked from they have that mark of exemption. They're being marked from judgment. Okay, the chastening that's about to come amongst their peers. You see. And that's what we're doing right now. We're crying out to the Lord. And what's going on is when we go onto the highways and hedges, the Father has commanded us. He has built up a spiritual army in the physical realm. And that spiritual army is going out there and putting marks onto men's spirits. Okay? So that they can be exempt from the judgment that's about to come. And those men are those elect virgins like bro mentioned. Okay? That's sealed with the power of the Lord, man.
Right. That's why... you know, a lot of times you would cry. Sometimes you would cry so that you would get a lesser punishment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You act like you crying, or you be sincerely crying. You know what I'm saying? You be sincerely sorry for what you did. You know what I'm saying? Like you might do something bad at school. You already know you about to get your ass whooped. You already know you about to. You know what I'm saying? So you already crying when you walk in the door. And then your mom might just say, you know what, I ain't gonna give you the dope. But I'm about to cut your ass out.
Mercy.
Right. Because why you cried out. You realize where you went wrong. We realize we fucked up. Yeah. We acknowledge we Israelites. We on the highway, we on the streets, on the rooftops yelling it. Look, I'm an Israelite, Lord. I messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did this, we did that. I'm sorry. We're crying out.
Yep.
You know?
Begging.
And so that's why these men are going to get that mark, which is this truth, you know, this knowledge, the true doctrine of Yahweh Shemel Shai, which is taught by the elders and apostles of the great millstone.
Yeah. Hey, it's heavy because the doctrine is the mind, the wisdom that we hold is the mindset of the Father. So when you dwell in His word, you dwell in His wisdom, you're always on His thoughts. You're always in His mind. You see how that works? Because you're literally walking with his thoughts. All right, they become you, man.
Yeah, when Yahweh Shai's thoughts.
Come, man.
When Yahweh Shai's thoughts.
Come, man.
Because Yahweh Shai give us everything that the Lord gave him.
Yup.
You know?
That's why he said.
And even though the Lord said, my thoughts are not your thoughts, but he said his doctrine will be revealed, though.
And he
his
said,
thoughts is talking about something.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about shit that's too far out for us. You know?
Hey, and he said that's beautiful.
I mean, not shit, but things that are too far out for us.
When we're in the kingdom, he said before you think it, he should give it unto us. You know what I'm saying? Because why? You know what I'm saying? Like what the brother was going into, you know? Okay. Come. Yeah, come.
This Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. Right, so another basis of this crying out, something that needs to be laid down is the fact that we are the Most High's woman. You know, and that's why it's required for us to cry out. You know, it was required for us to cry out for salvation because we are the Most High's woman, you know. So I'll read it again, Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman, you know. So the Most High looks at us as his woman, man. So if somebody comes and, takes your woman, rapes your woman, kills your woman, lynches your woman, skins your woman, do all manner of evil and torture and wickedness to your woman, how you think you're gonna feel, man? What type of on top of that she crying out to you, but you're bound by your word, you're bound by time, and you're really your word, not time, but you're bound by your word, to wait and be long suffering, and then when you finally get to,
caress,
you finally get, I'm talking about you finally get that revenge, that vengeance.
Okay,
and when you finally get to get your hands on that motherfucker, what you gonna destroy him, man? You're gonna utterly beat him to powder. You might literally punch him until you might literally, punch him until you can't even. You tired like this. You know what I'm saying? You got blood all over you. You're gonna destroy him.
Yeah, man. Your only mind at that time was to destroy him, like bro said. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You thought of nothing else but to destroy him. The Lord said, what? I will not meet thee as a man. That means the Lord is coming with his full, you know what I'm saying? When Daniel 12:1. The Lord is coming with his full essence, man. His full angelic power, with all power from Yahweh, his Father. So he's not gonna have no thought of mercy on you Edomites, man. And what he's coming to do to the world and the state is in, man. He's coming and he's meaning exactly the judgment that he's bringing, man. That's why he said in 1 hour thou shalt be destroyed. Hey, he said without hand. Without hand, broken without hand, man.
This is a quick precept to back that up. Isaiah 31 verse 4. For Yahweh Shemel Shah spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voices, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall Yahweh Shemel Shah of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. You see, so the same way when a lion is a lion is running through a village, like when the Lord sent them lions among the heathen in 1 Kings, I believe it's the 17th chapter, that moved into the land of Israel, and the Lord sent lions among them. When them lions came through them, you see all the time on Instagram, they show videos of jaguars and leopards that get loose in the villages, and the people running and they screaming. The lion, that animal does not stop for the screams. That animal is not moved by them screams, man. He's constantly hawking down his prey. So that's how Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to be when he comes to defend Jerusalem. And, this is not the scripture that I was looking for. I was actually looking for one where the scripture say he's going to roar. He's going to roar like a travailing woman, because that's the Lord, getting that release of vengeance.
You said, roar, I could get it for you real quick.
Kind of throw it. I'm going to keep going. Isaiah 31:5. As birds flying, so will Yahweh Shemel Shah host defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. And why is the Lord doing this? He's doing it because he's going to hear the cries of the elect. Why? Because the elect heard the cry of Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah said, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them and they follow me. You see, so the Lord is going to deliver the elect because the elect listen to Yahweh Shah.
Which one you wanted? The one in the Hosea or Isaiah? I don't know if that's what you was looking for.
I mean, that I didn't. That looked like a good one, but I think it's in Isaiah. Isaiah 5:29. I got it. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 29. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 29. It says, let me start at 28. It says, whose arrows are sharp, and all their bows bent. Their horses' hooves shall be counted like flint, and their wheels like a whirlwind. Their roaring shall be like as a lion. They shall roar like the young lions. Yeah, they shall roar and lay hold of the prey. Oh, no, that's not it. It's like, it's cool. You know, it was just a side note precept, you know. But the Lord saying, we all know the Lord saying he's going to roar, you know. He said he's going to roar like a travailing woman, you know. He's going to rage like a lion. It might be in Jeremiah 5, actually. I think the Lord was giving it to me, bringing it back to my remembrance. And then I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 22.
I got a quick precept real quick. This 2 Corinthians 11:2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you a chaste virgin to Hamashiach Yahushai. So we are the Lord is telling us that we have one husband, man. Okay, we have one that already takes care of us. You see, so what Esau has done, he's trying to take hold onto that virgin. You see, he's trying to make her another man's possession. You know, he's trying to commit adultery. Okay, you know, he's trying to keep that woman in sin forever, man.
Forever, right? With that mark.
With the mark, man.
You know, cause once he put that mark in you, once he put that seed in you, so to speak, once he penetrates you, once he penetrates
that hymen,
once he penetrates the Most High's woman, you know, that'll do it for that soul and that family line.
There you go.
That'll do it for that family line. You know, so that's what this man trying to do. He trying
wipe it out.
Yeah, wipe out the. That's why the Lord said, I can't find it, but the Lord said, touch not mine anointed, and do my holy prophets no harm, man. You see, because the Lord not gonna allow you to touch his woman, because his woman gonna cry out, and guess what? It's gonna be angels around to save her.
Yep.
You see, it's not gonna play out where the man he went ahead and did it, so we gotta put the man to death, and you know the woman is permanently defiled. No, the Lord gonna have it where that woman is gonna constantly cry, and the Lord's gonna hear the woman's cry, which is Israel. He gonna hear the elect cry.
You talking about the one in 1 Chronicles?
Touch not mine anointed?
I think so, yeah.
No.
16.
No, it's in Psalms 105.
Touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's in 1 Chronicles too. The Psalms 105 is the one you think about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. That's what I said. Right?
15.
Okay, God. Psalms 105, verse 15. We're gonna start at 14. Man, we're gonna start up at 11. Psalm 105 and 11, saying unto thee, will I give thee the land? Will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance? Which the land of Canaan is Israel. It says 12. When they were but a few men in number, very few, and strangers in it. And when they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another, it's like it.
Yeah, that's
Psalms 105 and 13 again. I read it wrong. It said, when they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people. Watch out, man. We doing a lesson, man. I'm rolling up out of here. This is Psalm 105. What you doing, man? What is that? Okay, just put it down, man. Roll out. Roll up out of here. Psalms 105, Salakia for that. Psalms 105 and 13. When they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yeah, he reproved kings for their sake, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. You see, so the Lord is not going to allow the prophets, the elected nation of Israel, to be permanently defiled. And he's even not going to allow 1/3 of the nation of Israel to be permanently defiled. You know?
Yeah, Khan.
And that's all throughout history. Because it was talking about the history there. You know, he suffered no nation to do them wrong. You know, he delivered us out of ancient Egypt. You know, he delivered us from the hand of Haman. You know, he delivered us from under the Philistines.
Yep.
You know, so the Lord constantly and always delivered the elect.
And his woman, man. You know, you gotta remember, man. Hey, man, he sound jealous over you with a godly jealousy. You know, any man is, is jealous over their woman. You don't want no man talking to your woman. You know, the Lord showed you that when He said, "Hey, man, she gotta cover her head, man." You know, cause she belong to someone. You know, you got it.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband. Oh, you still got that 1 Corinthians? You might have to read it one more time. Because it says we betrothed to a husband. And we are espoused to Yahweh Shemel Shai. And here it is you trying to lay hold on us.
Yep.
Here it is you trying to seize us.
Yep.
You trying to rape us.
Yep. Put your seed in us.
Right. You know, because you know it's rape because this is the law. You gotta pass. This is the policy.
Yep.
This is the mandate. You know what I'm saying? That's force.
Yep.
That's force, man. You trying to lay hold on us. You trying to lay hold on us and stick some up our nose or stick some in our arm. Man, that's rape.
Yeah, that's you're trying to siege us.
Right.
You know, going to that word, it goes into being sieged, man. Take a hold on.
Yep. Salakia. Deuteronomy 22, verse 23. If a damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he have humbled his neighbor's wife, so thou shalt put away evil from among you. You see? And it said where? In the city. You know, this place is known as that great city, Babylon the Great. You know, and you got 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're not crying out. They don't care to cry out. It's saying in Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3 that my people do not know, my people do not consider. So they're not even considering, they're not thinking about it throughout the day, they're not thinking about why am I oppressed, why am I last hired first fired, why am I on Section 8, you know, why do we get shot on camera, don't get justice. They're not thinking about none of these things, you know, they're not, and if they are thinking about it, if they are an Israelite, they might be not out on the highways and byways teaching. So they're not crying out. Here it is, you're in the midst of Babylon, you're being raped, you're being legally and judicially raped. Don't Jake say that? They say they go to the court, they say, that niggas raped me, man.
Yep.
See, you getting judicially raped here, you know, and you're not even crying out. You don't see nothing wrong. This is Deuteronomy 22. So I got
you good.
And 24, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. So you're gonna have to die with the man that you wanted to fornicate with.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to lay down in like Revelation 18th chapter. All nations of the earth have drunken over wine, commit and
fornication.
You know? So you wanted to commit fornication with this man, so you're gonna have to be brought out in the city and you're gonna have to die in this city.
Yep. You're gonna have to be made an example. You know what I'm saying? In front of everybody, man.
Yeah, an example, which you had examples already. You have examples of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yep.
But I'm gonna get that real quick. Because they don't follow the examples. You know? We didn't follow the examples. Mm-hmm. And that's why now we repented and we're constantly repenting and we're crying out.
Yep. In every way, man. Every way, man. From prophecy to literally praying. These are forms of crying out. From praying, you know, just our state. The state that we're in, being low in society. That our state is crying out to the Lord, man. You know? How we raise our families, that's a way of us crying out to the Lord. Isaiah 62, he said, give the Lord no rest. Make haste the Lord, day of the Lord, man. So these things is how we cry out to the Lord, man. You know, we speed those days up, man. Speed his rescue up.
This is Jude, verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them.
Salakia. I said speed his rescue up because the brother mentioned in the beginning of the video. We're gonna get it going into that word cry, but we crying loud because the point was my son was crying at a unusual strength, you know. So we're making a stronger cry out to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? By the more we add to it from the prophesying, you know, studying, praying, and so forth, we're screaming louder and louder, man. Till eventually, You know what I'm saying? You know, he getting faster and faster. You know what I mean?
This is Jude, verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them, in like manner giving themselves over to fornication, and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. Hey, you see a common trend with cities, man. You see that a lot of fornication goes on in cities. You know, as opposed to, you know, you being a nomad and you just living out in the plains. You know, you having a certain amount of acres and you just living there with your family. You ain't gonna do a lot of fornicating out there.
Right.
But in the city, you got everything is packed into this, you know, this jungle, this concrete jungle.
You always see it.
You got
like
all
it's
these
woman.
commodities, amenities, and you can do this and you can do that.
No matter
You
which
go
way
here,
you turn,
right.
it's everywhere. So
Yeah.
you can't get away from it.
Right. And see, but did Esau follow that example? Did Esau say, we're not going to build cities, we just going to give everybody their 40 acres and a mule?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, he did. He built up the greatest city ever, man.
Yep.
He built up that great city, Babylon the Great.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so that's why it says, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. You know, because not only was they doing homosexuality there, but they was also committing spiritual fornication there.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. And that's what Esau is.
And that's what
He want to get your spirit, man.
right.
You know?
He wants you to be committing spiritual fornication,
man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And he put all these traps here.
You want me to read that 2 Corinthians again?
After I read this one.
All right.
This is Deuteronomy 22 and 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, and the man only that lie with her, then the man only that lie with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and, emphasis on and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. You see, but the difference is at this time, guess what? The Lord is going to hear us. The Lord is going to say, well, every time the Lord has always saved us. It isn't going to be no different this time. You see? But you seem to think that that's going to be different.
Yeah, and it was crazy because just to emphasize on the point the bro was making, the Lord said, no man should redeem you. So this time he wasn't going to send us like I mean, kind of in a sense he sent the prophets, but he wasn't going to send like a Moses or somebody to be able to get us out of, you know what I'm saying? This time he's coming. Yahweh Shai's coming. He's going to reveal himself into the world and his essence, and his true essence this time. That's what make this greater than the first Exodus. You see, so this time, see, it's going to be the Lord, man. He's coming for his woman, man. And he's going to make it known that this is his woman and no other man can lay a hold of her, man.
Hey, remember when David, he rescued his 2 wives.
Man.
You know, the Amalekites came, they spoiled the city, they took they took a lot of things, and David's 2 wives was taken captive, and David ended up running into an Israelite who was a slave of the Amalekite, and the Israelite fell sick, his master sent them away, and David encountered him, and he said, yo, where you coming from? He said, I came from the camp with the Amalekites. We pillaged this city, we did this and that. He said, tell me where they at, and I'll let you live. Well, he said, tell me where you at, and the dude said, I'll tell you where they at if you let me live and you don't give me back over to my master. So he said, all right, and he showed them where they was at. David ended up, kicking all them Amalekites' ass. Only 400 men survived, and they fled on camels, But then what? It said that David rescued his 2 wives, northern kingdom, southern kingdom, spiritually, and he said that David said, this is David's spoil. Let's go, man. He took it back. He took it back and said, no, it was they spoiled because they took it in. He took his own, what was rightfully his, he took it back.
Took it back, man.
You see, and what's rightfully Yahweh Shemel Shai is the nation of Israel, man. And it said that you refused to let us go in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, man.
Yeah, man. You know that. Yeah, that's a beautiful point. Can I get this real quick? It's the etymology of cry. It says yell, something out, utter. Okay, these are all forms of us crying out. And beg, right? We mentioned that earlier. Implore, speak earnestly and loudly. It says to wail. You know, we're welling out, man. We're in pain.
Yeah.
Okay, mentally and physically.
Con.
You know.
And if I can say we're wailing and we're crying the right way.
Con.
You see, because a lot of people gonna be wailing and crying in that day.
Con.
But was they wailing and crying now? You know, what was they suffering now so that they don't have to suffer with the world?
Beautiful, yep.
You know,
That's it.
Because you gotta cry, but you gotta cry the right cry. That's why I said no man can. It's a song.
Yep.
It's a cry, but it's a song
Yep.
too.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
because a song could be a cry.
Yep.
When people make songs, a lot of times crying out and
One of the words it says for cry is shriek, and when you go into that word shriek, it says utter a high-pitched, piercing sound or words, especially as an expression of terror, pain, or excitement. You know, and that covers, this sums all the ways up that the men of the Lord are crying out with tears of joy because we're going to be delivered and freed, and we're going to be one with the Lord, being back kings and, you know, princes, right? Being priests, you know, being one with the Lord. Terror, pain, we're crying out because of our state. We're envious of our oppressor and all the things that he's gaining in the world. You got Jake having to deal with those type of thoughts, you know, those type of spirits surrounding him. You know, we're paying from having to work every day. We're not gonna have to work no more, man. You know, we're paying from.
oh yeah, that was the point. So
What's
like,
up?
remember I said what's beautiful about it, your son cried and because you said the brother said that the cry vexed him.
Yeah,
And I said, yeah, how about Shmuel Shah is vexed for the nation of Israel's cry. That's what part of the reason why he gonna deliver it, because nobody wanna just hear a damn baby cry. You're gonna go comfort the baby. You're gonna go pick the baby up.
Yep.
See, Lord gonna pick us up out of here, man.
Yep.
You know, you go. And that's crazy because when the baby get picked up, a lot of times the baby they be like this, they want to get picked up because
they're reaching out. That's
Yeah.
what we pray. We stretch our arms.
Cause-
We're reaching out, man.
and once they elevate it, the tears stop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's
Beautiful,
what I was saying, that in the kingdom we not gonna cry, man.
Yep.
That's how you know crying is really not something that, like, as far as like physical crying, when we was talking about spiritual cries and stuff like that, but as far as physical crying and weeping and stuff, that's not good. That's negative. That's fleshly. That's not the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's why in the kingdom, the Lord gonna wipe all tears.
Yeah, because you have such a thing like we mentioned, tears of joy, but
And then we gonna cry those.
we're gonna cry those tears of joy, but what is really crying for? Crying, like we've been going into and how it's used in the world. Crying is when we talk about a baby, when you think about a baby or a grown man crying or a woman crying, they usually cry when someone has passed away. They stumped their toe, or they broke a leg. They cry.
Pain.
They cry when they're in pain, man. They cry when they're in a sorrow.
It came up
You know, but you got your precept, right?
real quick. You can break down 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 8. For though I made you sorry with a letter, I do not repent, though I did repent. For I perceive that the same epistle have made you sorry, though it were but for a season. Now I rejoice not that ye were made sorry, but that ye sorrowed to repentance.
Yep.
For ye were made sorry after a godly manner, that ye might receive damage by us in nothing. Verse 10, for godly sorrow worketh repentance to salvation, not to be repented of, but the sorrow of the world worketh death. You see? So there's a certain sorrow and certain cry of the world.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
like you said, you cry for pain, you cry for
Yep.
somebody dying because of the war in Ukraine.
Yep.
you cry for different
When they
Kanye.
about to be drafted.
Yeah, Michael Jackson died.
But yeah.
You cry for all these weird reasons
Yeah.
when you're in the world, but when you're in the truth of Yahweh Shema Shai, you cry for things that are worthy of crying about.
Yep.
That's why I said in Ezekiel 9, we sigh, we cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Yeah. Because everything we're crying because the world is contrary to what the Father created it for.
Contrary to life.
Contrary to life, man. It's everything around us is death. It's we constantly gotta fight and have that crab in a bucket mindset, man.
Gross darkness to people, man.
Yeah. You gotta. We were just talking about it, me and bro. We was talking about how it's a beautiful thing. It's a blessing for brothers that have children, for their children to play amongst each other and different stuff, because you don't gotta worry about if that brother that little baby boy is gonna do something effeminate, or you ain't gotta worry about if that brother's daughter is gonna try to, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So because the households is being raised properly, and the Lord is putting His covering over us. You see, so we're crying out, but the Lord He's hearing us. He's giving us little signs here and there to show us that He's with us, man.
Yeah.
You know, He's comforting us. Even before the truth, you will see that. We talk about it all the time, man.
Yeah, little things Lord did to get us out of jams, man.
Yeah, man.
You know? And He does that. He even does that to the 2/3 of people in the world, man. Because He wants you to know. He wants you to acknowledge that He exists, and you won't have no excuse. That's why the Lord do miraculous things for wicked niggas. You know what I'm saying? They get shot at 13 times, nothing hit them. It's like, bro, they was only 10 feet away. You know, I couldn't duck on you. Yeah, because the Lord wanted to show that, look, man, you better get your shit together. Because I could have easily took you out.
It's crazy because He's showing you mercy. He's showing you Himself in the form of His mercy. You know what I'm saying? You was like 2 seconds away from drowning, and now you living. You know, you get burnt in the fire, you walking, and you look good. You know what I'm saying? You still noticeable. Like stuff like that, man.
You wasn't supposed to walk again.
Yeah, man.
You know, you dunking.
Come on, bro. For real talk, man. Kevin Durant get surgery on your Achilles, bro. You know, and he running like he did when he came in the league and dunking and shit. Bro, that's a miracle, man. You know, so.
What you guys like?
Nah, man, I still got the 2 Corinthians.
Oh, okay.
We're going to something in Luke.
Yeah, we're going to read the 2 Corinthians. I'm going to finish this out. I'm going to read it one more time, though. It says, Deuteronomy 22:25, but if a man find a damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lie with her shall die. It's going to explain why. See, those other camps, they'll stop at this verse. And they'll say, see, you force her, you gotta die. But you ain't even read down to see why. It says, verse 26, but unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death, for as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. Why I say, as if a man rise up against his neighbor? Why is it saying that? Because this woman belongs to his neighbor, man. That's why it's not saying that. See, you pretty much, it's like you murdered a woman. That's how they break that verse down. They say, see, it's like you murdered a woman and when you rape her. That's not what it's talking about. It's pretty much you killing that man. You murdering that man. You rising up against that man. You know? Your neighbor.
And it's crazy because it's so beautiful, this passage here, because it's like the difference between the elect and the believers. The Lord willing, we are amongst our number, man. Lord willing, man. Yahweh willing. The difference is what? The difference is that they are crying out, and that means they're gonna be saved, and the one that's committing the grab, all right, is gonna be go ahead, go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Salakia. The point I was making is that the elect is crying out, so she's gonna be, not be punished, put to death, and the man that's committing the act is gonna be put to death. Versus what? Versus the one that's not crying out, which is the 2/3. The 2/3 is not crying out, man. So therefore the 2/3 and Esau gotta die, man. That's what's beautiful about that passage, man. On a spiritual level,
So it says, so Esau is doing the same thing, like the brother said. He's rising up against his neighbor, which is, in a sense, he think he equal to Yahweh Shemel Shah. So hey, if you think you're equal to, all right, so now he gonna come down and meet you. It says Deuteronomy 22:27, for he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried. See, because we
man, I'm about to fly somewhere.
Oh yeah, because it said he found her in the field. See, Esau constantly persecuted us. In Genesis 27, tell you that he had perpetual hatred for Jacob because of the birthright and the blessing. So Esau always been constantly pursuing his brother with the sword. Here it is, you besiege Jerusalem in 70 AD. Then we leave out of the city and we fled into the field, like it's saying Micah. You chased us to the field, man. And then you caught us and put us on slave ships and brought us to the other side of the goddamn world, man. Just to beat our backs in and enslave us, not pay us a dime for 300 years. So man, what the heck you think gonna have to happen to you, man? When you did that to another man's woman.
Yep.
That's how the Lord see it in his eyes. We just telling you how the Lord see it in his eyes. You can't say, well, how do you know the Lord is that mad? How do you know God is, why can't God, how do you know God won't say let bygones? Because we know. He telling us how he feel right now, man.
Yup.
It says, Deuteronomy 22:27, for he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. The difference is, this time, when you're dealing with the nation of Israel, the Lord always saves the nation of Israel. See, this law is dealing with on an individual level, but we talking about on a level of nations, and the Lord always delivers Israel. So the woman's gonna cry, which we're crying now, and the Lord's gonna hear us. Real quick, this is Isaiah 19 and verse 20. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai of hosts in the land of Egypt. For they shall cry unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai because of the oppressors. And he shall send them a Savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. You see? So, we're crying unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. We're crying unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai because of this man. We crying because, goddamn, man, this man won't leave us alone.
Right.
He done chased us out of Jerusalem,
yeah,
Lord.
Man.
He done chased us out of West Africa, Lord. He done chased us out of our neighborhood, Lord.
He wouldn't let us pass through, Lord.
Right.
When we was, you know what I'm saying? He stood on the other side, Lord. You know, he gave us poison.
He was even as the strangers.
Yup.
You know? He said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Right, he broke the brotherly covenant, man.
Right, now he behind me, Lord,
Yup.
with the lights on.
Shit, that's
now he's shooting me in the back, Lord.
Bro, it was even crazier is that we in the heavens complaining to the Father about this man, man. You know, our blood cried into the ground. We talking to the Father like, man, yo, we gotta get out of there, man. Yo, I don't know how many more times I could come into that realm and let this man do the same thing to me, man. Like, that's tiring, man. You not wonder why we so tired?
Right.
Because we keep coming back and having to come, you know what I'm saying, be under captivity, man.
Right.
We're physically tired. Our spirits, when we come back into this flesh, we're more tired and more tired and more tired. That's why little ass babies are tired, man.
And that's because the oppression is constantly getting greater and greater.
Greater, man.
And see, that's why we're getting wiser and wiser.
Yup. Beautiful. It's crazy.
Hey, the Lord got you in a trick bag, man. The more you oppress Israel, the wiser his men gonna be, because it says surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Yup.
So that means that pretty much the greater the oppression, the wiser that man.
Hey, and look, when you take it on a physical level, the more you keep constantly whipping somebody and beating somebody, they're gonna get numb to those pains. But when you do karate, you keep hitting those same points on your bones. It become one with the thing you're hitting, so it don't hurt you no more. Yeah.
Those like monks, they do Tai Chi. I think it's called Chi. And basically they just punch a wall all day, and their fist is super strong, and they can hang by a rope by their neck like this. They hanging by their neck like this, though.
Yeah, man.
Neck of steel.
Yeah, man.
And they say that, you know, through the Tai Chi, they, you know, that's all left hand shit, you know what I'm saying? But they can channel different, that's what, you know.
Manipulating elements, right? They manipulating the space
and
around
pretty much
them,
Israel was the former of that too. You know, Israel was the former
Moses,
of that too.
you know, the armed bear back in the ancient world, karate and shit.
And David too. It said the Lord teach David hands to fight, man.
Yep. Hey, but what I was saying is no, you good. Because why though? Because you said a point. They gained experience by continuing to do it over and over again. It was the motions was experienced. Okay, that's the point. Like we're coming, we're beat down, but we gain more experience. So now we're numb to your, you know what I'm saying, the shit you do to us. It don't affect us no more. We was now it's not affecting us no more. We can come out of it. You see? But Jake, everything around Jake affects them. You know, and that's why they protest in the street. Because they're affected by the things that Esau do, but they're not tired of it. You see what I'm saying? We're tired of
the point that they want to cry out the right way.
There you go.
And that's because ultimately it's through the grace of Yahweh Shah that you're gonna cry out the right way.
Yup.
See, you might have a zeal, because that was all of us. We all had a zeal, but not according to knowledge. Some of us was at Black Lives, protest. Some of us was in the Christian church. Trying to be the pastor and shit. You know, so some of us was doing different things. Some of us wasn't thinking about the Lord or religion in general, or any type of faith in general. You know, but a lot of us had that zeal. Yeah. And the Lord had opened our eyes. Isaiah 19 and 20. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto Yahweh of hosts in the land of Egypt. For they shall cry unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai because of the oppressors. And he shall send them a Savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. Yeah, man. So it said, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, man. So the more you oppress us, the wiser we're gonna get, and the madder we're gonna get, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
the wiser we're gonna get, and the madder we're gonna get.
Yeah, don't that happen in school, like on movies? But the more the bully keep beating them up, they probably went to school together for 4 or 5 years. He constantly be bullying on this nigga until what? The one that's getting bullied it rises up and it destroys the bully. It happens every time. That's why a bully never lasts, man. You know what I'm saying? Even it may happen when they in school, or it might happen later down the line when that bully need help or something. He destroys that bully, man. He gained experience in some type of way. He knows how to destroy his enemy no more. He's no longer scared of his enemy. He's able to face his enemy and destroy him. And that's what the Lord is doing for the elect of Israel, man. Now the bully is destroyed, man. America, you know, Babylon, Esau, Edom, you know. In the flesh, you was the big bro, right? You know, bullying on the little, you know what I'm saying, your older brother, you know, pick on the younger brother. Right. In the flesh, you were the older, but in the spirit, we're the oldest, man. Right. You know? So in this realm, yeah, you was trying to take advantage of us being younger, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, you know, fuck with us, man. While the father wasn't looking, you know, fucking with us and then blaming it on us.
Yeah,
you know?
And that's crazy, like you said, because in this realm, you the elder. You know what I'm saying? But really in the spirit realm, which is the realm that matters, you know what I'm saying? We the elder. We higher rank than you. Matter of fact, we got the highest rank as far as nations go. You know? And so, you know, that's in the realm that matters when you go to the spirit realm. You know what I'm saying? But in this realm, you on top. That's why I always say the first shall be last and the last shall be first. And that's why the angel warned Rebecca that the elder shall serve the younger. Look, don't get it twisted. When they come out,
there you go.
The greater man, the greater nation,
there you go.
The chosen nation is gonna be the second.
Yup. Because why? The elect going to the elect are the spirits that created, you know, the things you see with Yahweh Shai, man. So the first fruits, that's why you can't. Esau is a madman. You heard a mad scientist. This nigga's a madman. He thinks he's gonna be able to somehow do some type of Ghostbuster on the elect spirits. It take
I showed you that movie Infinite. You saw that movie Infinite?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that was. They had the spirits Infinites. And they was trying to capture all the spirits so that they wouldn't keep coming back in the regeneration.
Oh shit, they do. He saw crafty as fuck. They show you that in the movie Scooby Doo. Yeah. You saw that? The
Scooby Doo movie.
The real person in Scooby Doo movie. It's two of them. They showed you that in Scooby Doo. Scrappy Doo was the nigga collecting all the spirits, man. And this big old gigantic pot, and then sucking them into himself to make himself bigger. I know we're about to close out. Again, 2 Corinthians 11:2. For I am jealous over you with the godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband.
One husband, man. So who is you to come around with your mark? With your Quran, with your Palisade? You know?
That I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach.
Yeah, chaste virgin, man. So the elect is gonna be pure. The 144,000 men, they're gonna be pure, man. They're not gonna follow any of the doctrine. You know, they're gonna completely sell out for Yahweh Shemiel Shai and this truth.
But I bought into the system of the Lord, man. You know, because when you think at basketball, they be bought into the system, so the team gel together well. You know, and they might win a championship. They might get the reward at the end because the chemistry was so well. Because why they was bought into the coach, they was bought into the system,
the organization. They all believed in the plan.
They all believed. They had faith.
Right.
It says, and then listen to the next verse because. But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupt. You see? So it went into the serpent because the serpent is the one trying to get the chaste virgin. As the next verse, it went into it, man.
Yeah.
You know?
See, and he coming, because read that one more time.
Come, but I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve, is giving an example.
Right.
You know?
Because that was pretty much like a spiritual mirror, you know, of what was going to happen to the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Adam, you listened to your wife, you went off. So now the nation of Israel is going to go off from Yahweh Shemiel Shai. From Yahweh. You know?
There you go. It says Eve through his subtlety, his craftiness, right? He mined Esther in a sense. He seduced her mind.
And so that's now what Satan is doing now to the entire nation of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is the nation of Israel.
So your mind, that's why the scriptures say if it were possible, they would deceive the very elect because from his different technology and different things, it's pleasing unto the eye.
It looks convenient.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's easy to get wrapped up into if you want if you want rooted.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's very modern.
Yup.
You know, it's appealing to the eyes.
Yeah, convenient. Oh, we said convenient, but it says his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that's Hamashiach. So that's why Jacob was like a pillow or like some type of couch or something cushion, and you hold down to the point that like you just accepting how your form is now, man.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna. You're not even gonna fix yourself. It's gonna upon the whole world, because Israel is in the whole world. Just one big plantation, man. You're in captivity in every nation you go in, man, and every landmass.
And it's all to the top international, the Dukes of Edom.
Yeah, there you go.
The top men at the top, the little so-called Illuminati.
Yeah.
You know, and people gonna say, well, you got a Declaration of Independence, we free now. But that was all just to take you under from a private owner, from a private slave master to a corporate slave master. That's all that was. That's why it was emancipation, I think is the word.
Emancipation.
No. It's like emancipation or. Is that it? I can't think of the word, but it's a word for where meaning you were transferred from one slave master to another, you know, and that's what it was. I think it was the emancipation of the slaves. But yeah, you got it though.
Damn, yeah, it was another point you made that was beautiful. Damn, Salaki, because we about to close out. It was another point you just made, man, through the spirit.
It'll come back.
Oh yeah, because because now everything is through the mind. He's trying to take your mind, which is your spirit connected to your spirit, like, and it's synonymous. So,
cause he understands what it's about.
There you go.
Cause Yahushua even taught the wicked.
There you go.
See, Yahushua taught the wicked that, you know, he didn't necessarily teach them, because that kind of been around. The wicked always dealt with left hand sorcery and witchcraft and stuff. But Esau understands that. And so, like you say, he zeroes in on the spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
More less of the physical warfare.
Yeah,
Jim Crow.
Right. Cause why?
I mean, not Jim Crow. What was the dude? Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch. You know, not so much Willie Lynch, but more Jim Crow now.
Yeah.
More, spiritual.
Cause now he knows that cause he knows spiritual. Cause he's he like the brother said, he knows spiritual now. So he know that
well, you know the scriptures too.
Yeah, he know it's spiritual, so that because when somebody's properly trained, if I'm training my dog, I'm gonna walk him on a leash for a good amount of time till you know the area, to the point I take the chain off, and now we don't have to, the leash is off. We don't have to worry about him running away. You feel me? He always gonna come back, because why? He's properly trained. You see what I'm saying? So it was a point Esau knows the war is spiritual now. Which why now he took the chain off, that yoke off your neck. Now you're mentally changed, man.
Yeah, and the only reason why you physically still being oppressed by Esau is because they all hate you.
Right.
Even on the lowest level. But the people at the top that's really calling the shots, they're all pushing out all spiritual warfare. You know, they're putting up curses, and they're putting together new witchcraft and new things, to conjure up demons and things like that. That's what their whole focus. They ain't worried about boxing a Jake, or shooting a Jake in the back. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Right. Well, which Esau, cause he's trying to play a God, which he has to conjure up things on the left hand side, but he can't. He can't really get to your spirit without the carnality of things, without affecting you in the physical realm.
But he doing it through spiritual means, because the reason why he came up with that plan is because he understands some of the scriptures, and he understands that it is a certain way that you can defile a man.
Yeah.
You can defile a servant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, or mark a servant for eternity. You know,
right? Because he know you're a spiritual people. He know that, like, he got to put pork in everything in order to affect you spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a spiritual people. Certain vibrations.
The pineal gland. He attacks the pineal gland.
There you go, man. You know, putting different things in your water and everything like that. That's how he get you. He don't have to beat your back in and come in, like the brother said, boxing and shit. You know what I'm saying?
The Rothschilds boxing.
Yeah, he don't gotta do that.
The Rothschilds joining the cake. You know, they make the cake. Rothschilds don't care about the KKK.
Hey, since he brought the KKK up, what the KKK say? They said, shit, we don't gotta go do what we did no more because they do it to themselves.
Right.
So I don't have to go out and physically
why do
do
they
it to
do
you
it
no
to
more.
themselves now? Because now the warfare is spiritual. Now
Yep.
we pump this music into the neighborhood.
Come.
This deaf music.
Yep,
now
yep.
now we pump this
Yep.
you know, this
Yep.
covetous lifestyle.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and this, you know,
Yep.
they all of what they do, man.
Yep.
Black culture.
Yep.
Now we give
Yep.
them black culture and they do it to themselves.
Yup. Hey, because Slacky, when we was in slavery, we was singing Negro spirituals or different stuff. Like, yup. We were still somewhat connected in a sense. Like, we were still tapped in. You know, because we knew who he was before we got into slavery. So he had to beat that out of you. You know, take that physical approach to you, man. So that, like the bro was saying, man. So, you know, you got it.
Just a quick precept. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornications, nor of their thefts. You see, when you think about murder, it's not talking about murder on one guy, you know. Jacob Rothschild murdered one guy back in 1986, so now the Lord gonna judge him.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about mass murder. He's talking about putting fluoride and was it Teflon? What was it? On the pans.
Oh yeah, you know the Teflon pans. Yeah.
They had certain substance on them that's killing people.
Yeah, because I had worked for a factory and they specialize in not with that substance. Yeah, because it comes in the metals. It goes in the metals when you heat it up. When you cook your food.
Yeah, so that gets all in your food. That they know that's gonna generate deaths. When they put out, when they put out,
that,
they know that's gonna generate deaths.
Radiation, all that.
The chemical
Yeah.
walk trails, that be in the sky, man. You know, everything that this man do, it says that's what it's talking about when it's talking about murders, man. And that's on a large scale, man, on a global scale. When this man send famines into Africa and in the parts of Ethiopia, and when he withhold food and things like of that nature, man, he kills on a massive level because he offers up sacrifices to Satan.
And that's crazy because that's how you know he the devil and that's how you know this is the same people when they besieged Jerusalem because in 70 AD because why? They weaponized food, man. That's what they did in the siege, man. They used the food and they starved the people, right? But now he poisoned all the food, so we eat it every day and we want it all the time.
It's a drug.
And they take it away and they depriving the people. Like it's crazy, man. This man got even greater at his craft, bro. Like being the wicked.
Being the devil.
He went from a serpent to a dragon. You go into that word dragon, the etymology, one of the words is it says a huge serpent. So he just grew into a greater version of himself, man.
Yeah.
You know, so
and the Lord puffed you up like that.
Oh, and it says the scriptures say we eat our defiled bread amongst the Gentiles. Yeah. So we eat the food, man.
So that's a part of this man's murders,
man.
Yep, and then it goes into his sorceries. That's the spiritual warfare, because he's attacking the mind of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child's mind.
Exactly,
that's what he do. Even when you having a small conversation with him, he's still attacking your mind.
Yep.
Like I was at work and I had this book. I ain't gonna say the title or nothing, but I had this book. It's an herbal book or whatever, and I'm holding at work, and his coworkers in the lane with me, and it's an Edomite there, and so I'm telling them, "Ooh, what's this book? Oh, this look kind of dope." But it's like a Jake from the hood though, like from the projects type Jake. So they don't really know a whole lot, but I'm trying to show them a little game about green medicine. You know what I'm saying? So here come the Edomite. What's that? They be like, oh, well, what, making light of the situation, trying to discredit you. What are you? Are you a scientist? Are you what is this? Did you write this book?
Yeah,
you wrote this book?
Yeah, trying to make you look stupid as hell.
That's what he said. He said, oh, you wrote this book? I'm like, nah, I didn't write this book, bro. I said, I'm just, I said, so my coworker like, what's this? I said, it's just basically alternatives to pharmaceutical drugs. You know what I'm saying? He like, oh, you see, he just, they're scoffing, man. Because that's what Esau, he don't want you to, He don't want you to go the right way, man. He gonna always, even on a low level, push sorcery on you and deceit on you, man. You know, and try to make you, even if you were just a regular Jake from the projects, man.
Bro.
He still
You
want to
already
see you
low.
He still want to see you on the wrong
Yeah,
path.
like you already low as fuck. Like
Right.
that, what you used to say
It's
in the
like,
world,
damn, dude.
like kick you while you down.
Right.
Like he don't give a fuck, man.
That's why he said he kept his. I'm gonna get that real quick.
Hey,
before you-
and the scriptures say in Proverbs that a man, as he think a man is what he eat. Basically, going into it like as a man thinketh, so is he. So what you eat is what you are, what you become. You know what I'm saying? So the brother mentioned the mind; they're attacking your mind. So everything you eat, consume in your mind, man. That's what you become too.
Right, you consume with the eyes, the mouth, the ears.
Bro, he got you
And the
all
nose.
wrong, man.
Yep. Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that perpetual hatred, man.
Yep.
Never ending,
Never
and
ending.
and it doesn't discriminate by Edomite rank.
Yep.
It could be a trailer park Edomite.
Yep.
He still ain't niggas, and
Yep.
it could be the wealthiest of the Rothschilds or whoever is the top family, the Bauer, whatever
Yep.
they go by nowadays.
Yep.
The wealthiest man in the world, Satan himself. You know what I'm saying?
And
who Satan is directly dealing with.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It don't matter if it's a little baby Jake or a grown or old
Right,
Jake.
right.
They don't give a damn about your age,
Yep.
nothing,
He
man.
said he didn't care
No
about
mercy.
the aged or the young.
Yup, no mercy. That man he's soulless. He's lifeless, man. He could just kill your baby and you know what I'm saying? That man has no type of feeling whatsoever, man. And that's crazy because the Most High gonna put that same spirit in righteous though in us, and that's what we gonna do to yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know?
You ain't even gonna be white. You ain't even
Bro.
you're not white now, but
Bro.
you know there's some Edomites that's super pale.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be red the whole time.
Man, bro.
You're gonna be red the whole from smites and just from nervousness and fear. You're gonna be red the whole 1,000
Bro,
years,
I just had a
man.
crazy thought. That's how he painted the devil to look, right?
Yeah,
Like
God.
a red devil, like
Right.
a red man with a picture of
God.
the Lord gonna literally have you
Yep.
the devil that you are. He
God.
gonna turn you completely
Red.
red.
God.
Your blood gonna be on the outside and your skin, so you gonna look real dark red, bro.
Woo.
So you're literally gonna be the devil that you created. That like with the imagery, you gonna be,
Yep.
you know, the image you try to put on the mind.
You're
of the
gonna
people.
look more like that than anything else.
Yeah, man.
You know,
yeah, man.
because nothing really looks
Yeah,
like
man.
that in the world.
Yeah, man.
That was something that your imagination came up with.
Yep.
But that's, like your brother said, you're going to look most like that, you know?
Yep.
But anyway, you got
I'm gonna finish this and we close out. Revelations 21 and 3 again. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, "Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and He will dwell with them, and they shall be His people. And the Most High Himself shall be with them and be their power. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And He that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new."
So like it said the former things that passed away. It said that there would be no more tears, no more crying, because that's a vexation. And see, the Lord about to do away with all vexations of Lot, of the men that are in the spirit of Lot, man. You know, we vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. All that's going to be taken away, you know, because of our cries being heard by Yahweh Shem Shai. And those cries vexed the Lord, man. He said, "I am hurt for the hurt of my people." You know, He said when the land is hurt, the land.
You had an enemy again, man. You know? Like, you don't watching your back all the time, man. You got it, out.
This is Jeremiah 23, verse 21. Jeremiah 23, verse 3. "And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds. And they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith Yahweh Shem Shai." So we ain't gonna have to fear, man. We ain't gonna have to fear. We ain't gonna be dismayed. You know, we ain't nothing, man. Our stomach is, our heart is never gonna drop into our stomach ever again.
Woo!
You know?
Damn. It says, Revelation 21 and 5 again, "And He that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And He said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And He said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely." Man, and that's what we're looking for, and that's the true riches, man. You know, that's us being at rest again, man. That's true rest. That's true wealth, and that's true. What the world is, everybody's seeking. All these nations and all these people in the world is seeking. We're gonna have it, man, freely. The Lord said we ain't have to pay for it. We ain't have to, do. No,
he ain't gonna have to pay for it either.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, Isaiah, that he said
man.
when he saw, that's cold, man. It say Isaiah when the Lord Yahweh Shah sold us into slavery, he didn't receive no money.
Mm-hmm.
So he said because of that, he gonna be able to redeem you without money.
Woo! That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Hey, how much like the brother Tomyaya said, man. The Lord, he's so poetic, man. It's like it's cold, man. It's real, man. It's really cold, man. You know,
yeah.
And we know that you be having nightmares, Esau.
Hey, freely give, freely receive, freely give. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be that transaction of of agreement, man. You know, damn, that's heavy, man.
Yeah, kind. So hey, Lord willing, you know, this was edifying to a member of the Lord's elect. We're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Chakodash. The Wadi Abashim Shai Kaya Rakha Hakodash for the Holy Spirit to bring out this lesson. Lord, when this edifying to remember the Lord's elect. Konya Shalom.
Shalom.
A Bible ball.
A Bible ball.